Wholeness. Today we're doing a little bit of a reading for those for the collective that I am tasked with building building with. Many of people who might be attracted to me might be targeted individuals. It might be a very small number of people, but it's going to reach who it needs to reach. So the first card that we have here is a Seven of Pentacles. And as you can see, it's a man tending to his garden. There's seven pentacles, which could symbolize the seven chakras, but it really is symbolic of what is in our mind. The persecution narratives that come from being a targeted individual or someone that is chosen can create states of hypervigilance and threat scanning all the time. And I believe it's true that we are being monitored and surveyed. You know, you can call them the Watchers from the Book of Enoch, but I have been gang stalked, and I know that I am being profiled, and it's quite it activates the nervous system to the point of, you know, stress, and like you're in a war zone, right? And so the spiritual warfare is real, but what is real is what we tend to in our mind, and what weeds we remove, and what we cultivate in the soil. So that's kind of like where we're standing, is at the threshold of movement, which comes into the Six of Swords here, where the guy is rowing a boat with the hooded man, and this is the movement away from unsafe environments, unsafe survival mode, survival mechanisms, coping mechanisms, safety strategies, and moving. It really is Dante's Inferno, where you're paddling the boat through the river of the underworld, and you are safe, but you need to keep paddling, and you need to keep building momentum so that you can get to the other shore and get away from the danger that may be present. So we got 7, 6, 2. The yellow and blue here could symbolize Archangel Michael. I know those are his colors. But you don't need to call on Michael. You are Michael. You have the Michael consciousness within you. And that's what Michael's doing. Michael isn't up there in the heavens watching and just going, kind of sucks that those guys are suffering. No, he's down here with us, rowing the boat, so to speak. And number 2 of Wands, this is future building. What do you want to build in the future? You are not bound to the identity of being targeted for the rest of your life. If you cultivate the soil, if you cultivate the crop and continue to feed into these narratives of like, oh my God, I'm being watched, and like I'm being gang stalked, and everything around me is brutal, it's not gonna turn out well, because you're gonna keep fueling the fire of fear. And so we turn fear into fury, apathy into anger, and we take action through that anger, that passion, that fire, to build the future that we want, and to really look at what's possible, because nothing is impossible here. We may have been hit hard by this warfare, but it doesn't need to define who we are. And that's really it. So it's a period of long emotional investment, and vigilance is reaching a turning point. The path forward is transition, healing, and movement toward a broader future, rather than remaining psychologically anchored in fear or isolation. And that is a big one, is do not isolate. That's what they're counting on. Do not be apathetic and isolate, you know. Try to build community, try to get out there and take risks. And you may not like it, and you may have a hard time trusting people, and you should be careful about who in your life could be handling you, and who in your life is someone you could trust. And really there is no one to trust. There is danger, but you have to trust something. So trust yourself, and trust that the universe is slowly aligning things in your path so that you can build that trust again and restore that relationship. So that's all I have for today. Thank you, and bless you.